Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Diving into Mobility with Dillon. Today, we have Jon Lamlech, who is our central of the enterprise sales team, longtime veteran of the technology space and Verizon. He's going to give us some talks today on who he is, why he's here with us, what he'd rather be doing differently, if anything else in this world, and go through some fun products that maybe he likes in the connected space, in his personal space. Who knows? Who knows? Is he a Samsung? Is he an iPhone? I think we're both wrong. And last thing, we will dig in, just like Ken and Steve a couple weeks ago, a quick use case on one of his customers. Of course, we'll leave all that information out, just their vertical and products they went with us, what the solution was, and what it did for them overall, and a bit of a cost savings on the back end. So Jon, quick intro of yourself. Why are you with us? Where'd you come from? Where would you rather be in this world if it wasn't with CTS Mobility?
Thank you, Dylan. For those of you that may not know me, Jon Lamlech, Enterprise Sales Manager for the Central Region with CTS Mobility. Before this, I spent 11 years with Verizon, mostly with the Verizon Business Group, some years in consumer as well. But couldn't be happier to be here, Dylan. It's been a phenomenal 2.5 years now with CTS Mobility, just being a part of the first elite within the program, now down to 4. Very happy to be here supporting the Central. Let's see where I would like to be. The easy answer is on a beach somewhere, but would love to do something that I love for a living one day. And that'd probably be building something or designing landscape for myself, family, and others.
Wait a second. It just came back to me of your pets you have in your backyard.
That's a part of it. My wife has, let's see, 18 chickens, 4 guineas now. So she's a bit of a homesteader. Her job is to maintain the animals and mine is to make it all look good.
So, Jon, we're going to dig into the use case, but you being in the enterprise space, different solutions that maybe us in the mid markets. Obviously, we're going a lot of transactional. We're going helping the small, medium business. They maybe have 100 employees, but they may have 5. Yours are upwards of hundreds or thousands. What are some common products you see that are really driving your business, as well as even just some of your fun products that you like, whether it be on the Verizon CTS front or personal front?
So I would just say the hot topic for a long time has been fixed wireless access, but at the same time is truly starting to change in terms of how they're deploying. Everything previously was a CAPEX modeling, where we're starting to see a shift to OPEX modeling. Now, I know that's not necessarily a product at the time, Dylan, but the mindset of the industry seems to be shifting that way. Specifically, folks were taking advantage of a device as a service offering for smartphones and tablets. Now it seems to be that we're taking a shift with routers as well. That's very intriguing. The economy and the market is what it is today. And I think that makes some of the folks a little bit hesitant in terms of capital outlay. We're seeing an increase in device as a service and OPEX modeling for different products and solutions in the enterprise space. If I were to say that I have a product I'm a big fan of, I love the Cradlepoint units, specifically the 1855, the E3000, the E300. Those are devices that we see deployed on a consistent basis in my space. At the end of the day, what I'm a big fan of is that the product works. Their support is fantastic. The different partners we have in the Central here are phenomenal, and we can partner with them on an intimate level to make sure we're optimizing ROI with the customers. Overall, that 1855 is probably my favorite to discuss for an FWA setting.
So I heard that on the MySpace. So should we just do a top 8 of your favorite products? What's your go-to? Are you a PC? Are you a Mac guy? Or are you a Samsung or an Apple?
So it's going to be entertaining. I'm a PC guy. Both phones are going to be Android. They're actually Google Pixels. The entertaining portion of this is that the tablet is Apple.
Oh,
I know you can make them sync together. It's just the way I approach handling my business.
just wanted to make sure viewers out there, who knows, they're voting. It's like the Instagram of what do I vote for? My wife and I saw my best friend posted, him and his wife are always debating things. And it was, is watermelon red or pink?
Okay. I would
So
go with
I went with red.
red.
We'll dig right into the fun stuff. We are discussing one of Jon's customers, one of his clients, long-standing customer of CTS, as far as I know, from my also 2 years here. So in the manufacturing space, obviously we're going to need to leave their name out, but Jon's going to intro kind of the unit that they used. Why? As we always say, what is the use case? Why do they need a certain connected device? What is it being tied into? And what did it do for them as far as an ROI on the business front and productivity, network infrastructure? And what did we do to support it post sale? Jon, take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. The use case is very intriguing. We have a client here in the Midwest who is a battery manufacturer. They manufacture thousands per day. So any downtime would really throw a chink in production. We had an opportunity to go ahead and present a couple of years back on Verizon's FWA offering paired with the Cradlepoint 1850. That being said, they were intrigued, but they did have some connectivity issues to which they wanted to bring the unit outside. That led to a natural progression towards the 1855, which is an indoor-outdoor unit. It also has the 5G modem built into it, so it was a bit of a competitive advantage versus the 1850. The customer decided to deploy this unit across all of their locations in the US and set it as a primary slash tertiary connection. So they did use the primary plans, but used it as a secondary connection.
Mm-hmm.
What was awesome about that was they also signed up for CTS's advanced remote monitoring, and we were able to identify and fix a connection error over a weekend. These folks also manufacture on the weekends, and they had a site go down. We monitored and also resolved the issue immediately. But while that site was down, there was a time period where they kicked over to Verizon's fixed wireless, and they were able to go ahead and continue manufacturing said batteries. With that being said, just to quantify that for you, over that time frame, $2.5 million in productivity was saved for the customer and over 36,000 batteries. I made mention that went down over the weekend. Obviously, there were skeleton crews there as well. So that's something very interesting to highlight. Not a lot of folks on the customer side that would have been able to go ahead and provide assistance here. Our team was able to identify and resolve, and that alone saved the customer $2.5 million. Talk about this from an ROI perspective, Dillon. I'll tell you, these are the type of solutions that are going to keep your business up and running at any given time. When your clients are asking the cost savings or like we said, or the ROI modeling, not everyone's going to have the same solution set to point to, but these are real life scenarios we can point to that allow you to truly maximize that conversation and solution.
Well, I think what's crucial here is a lot of other partners of Verizon do not have the resources that we have of our India team. As we've discussed before, over half of our team is India based because one of our owners is from India, and they are able to work 24/7 concurrent to us. Of course, we're not making them work 24/7, but they're all our employees. And the fact that customer in particular can be monitored 24/7, whether it be US or India based, they were able to go in, fix this all on Cradlepoint Net Cloud, not had any person on site. Correct, Jon? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Nope. They didn't have to bring any additional resources in. They did have a couple folks on site, but it was a skeleton crew.
We didn't have to be like, hey guys, we got to send a technician out. You guys okay with this? Here's a quote. And these are all and we'll put them in the description of our router support packages, but holy smokes, the affordability. Like, I'm talking a lunch per month, a couple of Starbucks drinks a month, and you're able to have 24/7 monitoring. We monitor your firmware, your upgrades, your licenses, just to know that even if this was a chunk of 8 hours, saving an entire workday, not to mention the payroll, sending someone out to go be on site, fix it. Where do I plug in? Let me call tech support of some random company or a carrier's tech support. We've all been there. What was their feedback on this, Jon?
It was fantastic. And actually, it led into a couple other opportunities. The nice thing about what happened, Dillon, is that we ended up winning them an award. This was brought to their board of directors. They're given an award once a year for innovation within the organization. Because their group signed up for this program, they were able to save all that money and also make sure that there was no loss in productivity. As a result, they signed on for the same project for LATAM as well as the UK. So CTS is now going to be installing in Latin America as well as Europe for all of the sites for this organization. We are very proud of that. Obviously, we are a global organization, nothing we can't handle. Just a phenomenal use case once again for Verizon's FWA as well as CTS mobility support.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. And obviously, guys, we're highlighting Ericsson, Cradlepoint today. As you've seen, John's utilizing Apple. He's utilizing other devices. He has thousands and thousands of ATEL units go out every month for another customer. We're a fan of all of our partners, and all of them come in clutch when we need them. But obviously, this one was clutch. Obviously, John alluded to the device as a service. That's going to be our next podcast going forward. Probably the next couple of weeks. John and I have had some large opportunities there on that front with smartphones, tablets. He had one of our largest wins so far with a tool company. So we will reference that on the next Diving into Mobility. John, anything you want to leave us with? We referenced the other day on one of our team calls the number of years of Verizon in our team and number of presidents, cabinets, whatnot. So I guess you can chime those off for us, and that'll be your closing argument for the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Our leader, VP of Sales, Mike Geis, always talks about the combined experience within the Verizon ecosystem. Specifically for our team, amongst all of our years together with Verizon, we're over 100 years of experience over in the Verizon Business Group, and we're over 16 President's Cabinet Awards within the CTS Mobility team. We've got some other high-performing individuals that absolutely can support your needs from a partner and a business perspective. We're pretty proud of that.
They're not just all a couple of 80-year-olds. They've all been around the block. I don't know how they let me into this club, but somehow I'm still here. John, thanks for the quick time. For any questions, comments, concerns, everyone, put them in the comments down below. Make sure you hit the subscribe. We're becoming a national YouTube channel, apparently.
Absolutely.
John will be with us next time on the Devices as a Service episode. We'll talk to you soon, guys.
Thanks, team.